Is Madden 23 the most frustrating Madden that I've seen in the past couple of years? I want to talk this through with you guys all the way, all the way through. I'm talking purely from a gameplay perspective, okay? I'm not going to get into MUT and all that stuff, although that does play a major factor in my frustrations. I want to talk strictly gameplay. And as humans, we have this really, I guess, like innate nature to have a strong recency bias of, oh, this recent thing, this is the worst thing ever. That game 5 years ago was awesome. You know, that type of thing. I want to try our best to kind of avoid that, all right? But I want to talk about some of my points. I don't know if I've played a Madden in recent years that has been so polarizing on a game-to-game, on even a play-to-play basis as Madden 23 has on both offense and defense. Take, for example, Madden 22, all right, boys? I'm going to take a headphone out. Madden 22 was extremely polarizing on offense. Offense, you could do anything you wanted to with escape artist, bunch tight end before escape artist, bunch tight end bombs, all that stuff. You could do whatever you wanted on offense. Really never in a game did I go into and say, wow, that defense was really polarizing. And never the defensive meta was polarizing, ever, in Madden 22 that I can recall. Now, in Madden 23, man-to-man coverage is the best I think I've ever seen, and I'll still stand by that. I've yet to see man coverage be as good in a Madden as it is right now, except for Madden 21, where it's arguable, and that was the last man coverage meta we had this deep into the year. We're about 3 months in. But the difference between the Madden 21 man coverage meta and the Madden 23 man coverage meta is that in Madden 21, there were consistent ways to beat man coverage that would win every single time. And I've talked about in videos in the past of why I think that consistency is so important for competitive gaming. And in Madden 21, we had those consistent ways of beating man coverage. It was really good, but if you just did these 2 or 3 things, you would beat man coverage every single time and force the defense to adjust. Whereas in Madden 23, there's still almost no routes that are going to consistently beat man coverage or beat them in an actual usable play-to-play fashion, for lack of a better word, right? For example, Madden 23, a motion slant on the same side, like in U-trips, can beat man coverage, but it develops so slowly, you get shedded, a blitz comes in, it's just not realistic to be able to rely on that constantly. And that's why you saw U-trips consistently not perform amazing in these pro tournaments this year, and why a lot of people don't like it, because, it's a fact of the matter throughout a bunch of formations, though. Man coverage is insanely good. Yeah, on offense, we have aggressive catching, which quite literally, offense might be easier right now with aggressive catching than I've ever seen it before. And that's such a contradictory statement, because I just said defense is so good, but I believe it, kinda. I think I believe it because man coverage is so freaking good. And don't get me wrong, it's whatever. It's just it's such an odd thing where I can genuinely say that I think man coverage is so good, but agging is also so good. And it's not just that agging is a counter to man coverage. I was, in the beginning of the year when aggressive catching first became a thing, I was honestly cool with it, and I said often in my tweets, as aggressive catching is, as of right now, it's fine. Because people just used ag catches to exploit cover 0. It was the best way to exploit cover 0. Now, aggressive catch glitches are able to be ran against cover 0, cover 1, cover 2 man, cover 2 zone, cover 3, cover 4, cover 6, cover 9, quarters 3 deep, everything. You can ag catch anything in this game. Anything. You can do it from 5 yards, 10 yards, 15 yards, 100 yards, if you could throw it that far. And it's baffling. I've never seen a Madden where it's that drastically different. And to even give a further example, deep dive a little bit more, in Madden 20, we saw jukebox, armbar, and nasty streak on offense, and on defense it was 146. But the thing was, in Madden 20, is that you basically got to decide if you were going to be the polarizer or not. And what I mean by that is that you would run 146 against any kind of passing set, but if they ran the ball, you were going to play nasty, like you were going to be polarized. But then you can go back and forth between it. I think I kind of worded that poorly. Whereas it kind of depended on formation, I guess, more so is what I'm getting at. If you ran a passing set in Madden 20, if you ran a passing set, you were going to get polarized. If you ran a running set, you were going to be a polarizer. All right, if that makes sense. Whereas in this Madden, You can go game to game between being polarized, polarizer, polarized, polarizer. Additionally, frustrations come in, and that's just a weird thing. The frustrations also additionally come in with my issues with the balls going through people's hands on offense. A huge legacy issue that people have complained about in years past. I've always been kind of, hey, like, I don't really care. It's not that I don't care, but it's not the worst issue ever, because it's happened every single year. And I think people overreact to how bad it is compared to the previous year, is dropped interceptions. Dropped interceptions have been a legacy issue now for 5 years. Every year, dropped interceptions are terrible. I'm trying my best to put my recency bias aside, but I actually don't know if I've seen a Madden where dropped picks are actually worse. I don't know if I've seen it. And I'm just like, what a crazy weird thing. Now let's go into what the actual glitches are in this game. The glitches in Madden 23 right now, off the top of my head, the ag glitch, one of the best glitches I've seen in a very long time. And then what are other glitches? The other glitch would be the pump fake glitch, which isn't as bad as it looks. The pump fake glitch is really good if someone's running coverage, but if you blitz the pump fake glitch, it won't get any yards. It just won't. All right. The RPO glitch from RPO read flat wheel, covered any zone coverage, pass commit, bags it. So again, it's good, but it's so easily baggable. Whereas when we get into years prior, we had dudes putting nasty streak at wide receiver. We had dudes in Madden 20, there was a glitch called the Batman. What the Batman did is that if you ran a comeback and you swerved it, basically, long story short, it'd be a one-play touchdown, like against any coverage. That wasn't man coverage, which it wasn't a meta. Man coverage wasn't a meta in Madden 20. Literally, people won club championships off this. A lot of you guys don't know that. But a lot of those club championship games weren't streamed, and people won club championships off it. People won a lot of tournament games off it. I actually ran it in front of 50,000 people on an EA stream, but my receiver dropped the ball, and no one thought anything of it. No one realized it was a glitch because I didn't catch it in stride for a touchdown. Whereas my receiver just held on to it. It would have been basically. It actually would have been super public, super viral had that happen, but people just missed it. I would say in terms of actual glitches, off the top of my head, I could be missing something. I don't think this game is as bad as previous years. I could be wrong about that. Because there's no delay fades, right? Delay fades were a huge issue in previous years. They don't have that issue. So it's kind of like, I'm not super upset glitch-wise with it. It's just really core gameplay I have issues with, man. I really hate this man coverage meta. I hate these ags. If they could somehow... I don't know, because zones are so bad is the issue. The issue with with trying to get away from the man coverage meta is that zones are when I tell you zones are some of the worst things I've ever. I don't know if I've seen zone coverage be worse than what it is right now in this game. It is insanely bad. They're hilariously bad. You can't really run zone coverage. You can run some match. And by the way, like when I say these things, also realize that I'm talking in general. The best Madden players in the world, you'll see someone make a live tournament running zone. Doesn't mean zone coverage isn't bad. It just means that they were able to make it running zone, right? Both things can be true. They were able to do a good job running it. It can still be freaking terrible. So I just want to be very clear. Both things can be true. But yeah, I don't know, man. It's a very frustrating game right now. Going into MUT and stuff really fast. I really don't want to get too deep into it. False bans, poor content. The comp pass right now is a fucking kicker, and it's like, nice, dude. A kicker who's not even that much better than other kickers. Okay. So, I don't know. Curious what you guys think. That was a good first half of John Madden football right there that we got to watch between the Patriots and the Falcons. Hey, you made it to the end of the video, meaning that you probably enjoyed it. If you did, check out this one right here. You're going to like it even more. Or consider going in the description and check out my website, civil.gg. Learn how I play the game of John Madden football. All right? See you in the next one.